yeah. Well. So this video is a little abnormal. I'm not one to promote AFK or anything like that. But in the rare instance where you have to go do something and you're in a mission and you're in a private lobby, then that's when I can, say, it's okay to go AFK, go do something. Usually going AFK in a mission, sometimes you get kicked and whatnot. Whenever you're in a private lobby, you usually don't, as long as you're doing damage and whatnot. So yeah, there's a very fine line. You still can get kicked. I don't know the exact things, but yeah. Anyways, so we're going to be talking about Thunder Thora today. Thunder Thora is actually a really great hero whenever it comes to lower level missions and you needing to go AFK or just not wanting to do anything. I usually don't run her, just considering the fact that I don't AFK that much, and if I do, it's not in low level missions, like I have to go do something or even in a mission. So but she's really good in lower level missions, so like doing V-Buck missions or doing like llama. Like I know recently we've been getting a lot more alerts, so like those lower level players, you're like, oh, I can't really do this mission by myself. But actually, surprisingly enough, Thunder Thora works up until probably like late canny, like probably like maybe lower twine. Actually, like you could probably do like an 82 red lightning and twine before she stops working. But yeah, she's actually decently good for like those lower level players. And if you're wanting to get like a mini llama or like those missions that are a little bit more tedious whenever it comes to the defense. So she's decently good. Now, the way to get her, you can get her from Hit the Road, so you have until Wednesday, or I guess, what is that? So 3 days, so like the 16th, I believe. And then she goes away. So make sure you grab her. By the time this video is out, you have 2 days left. So just make sure you grab her. But yeah, let's get into the actual loadout itself. Now, the loadout's very iffy. It really doesn't matter what you're running. But this is the loadout that I have. So if you don't know, Thunder Thora gives you electrified floors and in lead. Enemy standing on your structures, on structures affected by base takes 38.1 base energy damage every 5 seconds. Now, there's a lot you can do with energy damage because there's a lot of heroes that actually affect energy damage, like Resonant Frequency. I believe he increases energy damage or something like that. So, which, but in this situation, Thunder Thora just in lead is really, that's all that matters, because, lower level missions, you're doing, a small amount of damage, which is killing those low level enemies. But yeah, running her in lead and then running recycling. Doesn't really matter what team perk you're running. You can run blast from the past, recycling, boom base, but recycling, if you're going AFK, is probably the best since you get some of the materials back that you use. And then in the support team, the ones that I do recommend is probably mega base, because it connects all the extra one connectivity actually is decently a lot. I know it's only one, but you'd be surprised, it connects an entire repair together and whatnot. And then base Kyle increases your health, and then Ice King isn't really necessary, but I would also recommend power modulation, because he gives you the health back for those builds that do take damage, just in case they do hit the whatever build or whatever builds that you have. And then base and D is not really necessary. This could be replaced by anything. Like I said, energy or energy damage. Since Thunder Thora does energy damage, you can replace it with like Resonant Frequency and do extra damage if you really want to. But it's not really necessary. If you're going AFK, if you're trying to get eliminations, like, today I think I have to get pistol eliminations. If I want to throw a, a pistol or like Beetlejuice in support or something like that, I can. But in reality, it really doesn't matter what this loadout is, as long as we have Thunder Thora in the lead. Now I'm going to jump into lower level mission. I think we're going to do a canny 1 Atlas. So I think it's 58. So I'm going to showcase how it actually works and what you can actually just do and just, just relax, whatnot. Otherwise, yeah, let's just jump right in the mission and show you what it can do. Alrighty, we're in the mission now. Piper, thanks Piper for setting this up. It's basically kind of a simple build. You don't even need to upgrade this. I would recommend just putting like regular old wood down on the ground. Even, I mean, in a higher mission, you probably want to use brick and stuff like that, but like, building a little outside barrier. Pretty much as long as they're walking on builds, they are going to be taking that 38.1 base damage from the base. But as you can see, once I put my base down, you can see how far it goes. And once they walk on it, they will be taking that damage. Now, there's some corner parts that they won't be taking damage since the connectivity is only 5. Now, this is where Mega Base comes in clutch, because that extra 1 connectivity tile extends it to this point right here, which usually Husk walks straight to the objective like this, which is all 4 corners. So it's actually pretty good. Now you can see we're starting the mission, and you can pretty much start tell right off the bat, instantly dead. That 38.1 base damage is actually kind of insane. Like, these enemies will not have a singular chance to touch the objective, and if they do, it's most likely just due to the fact that they somehow have higher health. Now, whenever it comes to smashers or Anything like Mist Monster wise, it is a little bit harder for them to, you know, take damage, but or not harder to take damage, but harder to kill. But they still can die. They still can walk on the floors and slowly take that damage. Now I'm hoping for a Smasher to spawn, just due to the fact that I want to show that it is possible. I wonder if I can like attract a Smasher over here. But as you can see, even with regular Huskies, they are taking damage. Like it's about a third of the damage, but by the time they get to the base, they will pretty much die. And even if they do hit the base, like I said, you see there's 2 enemies hitting this right here, right? And they should pretty much be dead after this next electrified floor hit. Yeah, see that one's dead, and then this one right here is about to die. But now this is where base Kyle and power modulation, is that what it's called? I don't know why, but I rarely run constructor. Yeah, power modulation comes in clutch because I don't have to repair it. It'll automatically repair, and it just give it a second. I think it's every like 10 seconds it'll repair. Now can this right Husky go away, please and thank you? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, see, now it's up to 1, and it'll repair itself slowly but surely, which is a good thing. Now I honestly do want to clarify something, because a lot of people would run this in like higher missions. You don't want to run this in higher missions. Thunderthorn lead is only really used for those lower level missions that you can, like, not AFK. When I say AFK, I really more mean like you just don't want to shoot or anything or do anything. I'm still here. I'm aware. I know what's going on. I'm not away, you know, doing something else. I'm still playing the game. I just don't feel like killing, you know. But, you know, clarify that. And then of course in higher zones they have higher health, so Thunderthor is not going to be as good as what, you know, she would usually be. I mean, even in this 58 canny, you can see that they take about a third of the damage, which is about 38.1. I mean, that is almost or a little more than a third of the damage, but you can see that they slowly but surely die. Now with anti-airs, I definitely recommend putting some down, because there's definitely chances of, you know, that occasional flinger. Wow, that is actually crazy timing. And that is actually crazy. An occasional flinger or just lobbers, you know, coming around, and those extra anti-airs that are just on the floor definitely help. So, you know, you're not dying, or, you know, you're not taking any unnecessary damage. But yeah, honestly, and gosh, all right, 177 stone. Gosh, that upgrade's really nice. Okay, so someone actually gave me a tip here. If you're doing this and you're doing this build like an Atlas mission or any really build, if you put an arch right under this ramp or right in front of it, it actually extends the base by 1 more, since I think the connectivity right here isn't off. So like it's not connecting, but if you extend it right here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th one would be right here. So it extends it by a little bit more, which is actually pretty helpful and a little good tip for those people that do this. So yeah, otherwise, yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing really else to talk about. I'm not gonna lie. It really is something that's kind of basic. This loadout's just really used for those people that need to go do something, or like you just don't feel like shooting enemies and, you know, just relax and you got something else to do somewhere else. Or, you know, there's a V-Buck mission in like a 23 Plankerton mission and you want to do it on private and just get it done with, then you can do, you know, just do it that way. If there was a V-Buck mission at the time of this recording, I would have done it in a V-Buck mission. But even for those newer players, this is something you can get very easily by doing Hit the Road, and then just finish it right away, get Thunder Thora, and then use it in gosh, I mean, like in lower zones, she's really good no matter what. You know, if you're doing a regular mission, you know, and you're just trying to grind the storyline out or something, even in SSDs, I know a lot of people like SSDs, you can run her and, you know, she can definitely do something, you know, for you. Oh gosh, man. Yeah, see, look how many lobbers there are. This is where anti-airs is definitely recommended. I don't know if I have any crafted. Do I? I don't think I do. Let me craft some right here. Let me not die real quick. Yeah, there's so many lobbers. What the heck? Yeah, see, this is why I recommend just kind of not spamming. I mean, you can now since anti-airs are fixed, but you could just put some down, you know, so you don't have to take any damage. Make sure those flingers and lobbers don't, you know, hit you or anything. But I mean, it's pretty basic. There's nothing really else to talk about. I just wanted to show you a basic loadout that will work in lower level missions if you need to do something quick, fast, and not have to worry about the mission in you know, in its entirety. Now, I do have to mention, like I said, in the higher zones, it's not going to work. I would say the cutoff is about low twine. You could probably use her up until low twine, but like 82 missions. But after that, I would recommend putting, if you have everything in support or any of these heroes, I'd recommend putting like Ice King or Base Kyle in lead rather than the Thunderthorn lead. And support, she's not as great. I honestly don't run Thunderthor in support. In lead, she's good, but in support, yeah, she's not that great. But oh, a missed sponsor actually. Can I get him to walk on the electrified floor? Oh no, he's dead. But yeah, and its support, I don't recommend her. I just rather run something that is a little bit better. Like my regular constructor build consists of like Ice King and lead, and then base Kyle and power base Nox and support, and then I also run Stone Out Farah. Just due to the fact that sometimes I like using the Xeon bow, and if I'm using a constructor, I still want to be able to do damage. So like increasing launcher damage, increasing my sniper damage, stuff like that is really good. So like that last slot is really up to those up to you. Otherwise, this mission's pretty much done. I mean, we got 2.5 minutes left, but we're not going to lose it in that time. I mean, as you can see, like anything that needs repairing is pretty much, you know, it's fine like that. You know, it'll slowly but surely go back up. Otherwise, yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments or anything about this loadout or about Thunder Thora. Remember to grab her. Look forward to other videos because there's definitely a lot of heroes that are coming out that are definitely worth grabbing in the future. Otherwise, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Like I said, if you have any questions. Otherwise, you guys have an amazing day, night, afternoon, wherever you are, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.